On a cold winter night, a seemingly normal home became the site of a brutal murder that would leave everyone shocked. What started as a night of peace quickly turned into a chilling nightmare. This is the story of a family's darkest hour, where secrets, betrayal, and murder unfolded in the most unexpected way. Let's dive into this disturbing true crime case.
In January 2007, Jackie and Terry Hollenbach were fast asleep in their home, unaware that the calm of the night would soon be shattered. Around midnight, Jackie woke up with a strong feeling that something was wrong. She smelled something burning. Fearing the worst, she got up and went downstairs. When she reached the bottom, she noticed the front and back doors wide open. Jackie quickly woke their friend, Corey Van Coren, who was sleeping on the fold-out couch. She tried turning on the basement lights, but they wouldn't work. Worried, she asked Corey to wake Terry, and together, they went downstairs to check on Audrey, Jackie's niece. Audrey had been staying in the basement with her boyfriend Bobby and their 2 young daughters. When they entered the basement, something fell off. Broken light bulbs were scattered on the floor, and a strange burning smell lingered in the air. Terry entered Audrey's room and found her lying on the bed, covered by a blanket. But when he moved the blanket, a pool of blood appeared around her head. At first, Terry thought she had been beaten, but when he looked closer, he realized she had been shot. Terrified, he screamed for Jackie to call 911 and grabbed the 2 young girls, rushing back upstairs to wait for help. When the police arrived, they confirmed Audrey had been murdered. The investigation quickly uncovered a disturbing clue. Several live rounds of ammunition had been flushed down the toilet, suggesting the scene wasn't as random as it seemed. The police questioned Audrey's boyfriend, Bobby Haynes. Bobby explained that after a night out, they had a brief argument when Audrey didn't want him to leave. He went out with friends, which provided him an alibi, but the argument made the police suspicious. Next, they questioned Corey, who had been staying at the house. Corey denied any involvement, but the investigation moved forward. An autopsy showed Audrey had suffered blunt force trauma to the head, possibly from a hammer or a gun. 2 hammers were found in the basement, and one had traces of blood. But things took a bigger twist when they discovered Corey owned a 9mm handgun. As the case stalled, Detective Schenk took over and noticed something strange about the crime scene. It appeared staged, broken lights, open doors, and no forced entry. The scene seemed like a random break-in, but it didn't add up. After further investigation, ballistics tests confirmed a 9mm bullet had been fired at the scene. Detective Schenk knew Corey had a 9mm gun, so they arranged to meet him. In October 2010, Corey admitted he still owned the gun and led the detective to where it was hidden. The ballistics test the next day confirmed it was the murder weapon. Corey was arrested, and as he was taken to the station, he finally confessed. He told police that after being rejected by Audrey in a sexual advance, he struck her in the head with a blunt object and then shot her in a fit of rage. He covered her with a blanket and broke the light bulbs to make it look like a robbery gone wrong. He also admitted to flushing the bullets and hiding the gun in a car owned by the Hollenbachs. Despite his efforts to cover his tracks, the truth came out. Corey was charged with first-degree murder. After a brief trial, he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This case is a reminder that sometimes the people we trust the most can turn out to be the ones who betray us. Corey Van Coren's brutal actions forever changed the lives of the Hollenbach family. He's now behind bars, but the horror of that night still lingers in the memories of those who survived. This is the dark truth behind a tragic and senseless murder. If you want to hear more real-life stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the most shocking true crime cases.